Well, today we're going to look at the ViewSonic projector, a great projector for a home theater. And to do this review, we're going to also do a comparison with the old standby, the Epson, and we have an Epson right here. So if you look at the two, the first thing you're going to notice, and I've been using this Epson for a long time, I do a lot of presentations, a lot of traveling. It's been great for that. I'm going to suggest that the Epson has some advantages and disadvantages in both ways. Let me explain why I chose that one for traveling and the ViewSonic for a home theater. The first thing you'll notice, of course, is the size difference. The Epson is smaller. It fits into a smaller bag. Also, one of the things you'll see is it has a compartment door that will protect the lens, which is very nice. ViewSonic, on the other hand, weighs in at about 2 pounds more, 7.1 pounds versus 5.2. So it is a little heftier, a little larger to carry, and a little bit bulkier. A couple other things, and you'll also notice too, it does not have the lens protector there, which is nice. A couple other features I really like on the Epson. If you look up here, you can see there's the zoom or telephoto or wide. It zooms it back and forth. When we look over the ViewSonic, we also see there is one here. Now, I'm going to suggest the ViewSonic has a difference of about 20% compared to about 40% for the Epson. So for quick setups, that's an advantage. Also, you'll notice there's a focus ring right here, and it has a little lever on the outside of it on the Epson, which makes it easier to use. There's also a focus ring right here, but it does not have the lever on it, so that makes it a little more difficult to use. A couple other things that I'll point out that are really important. One is I'm going to look at the feet on these. If you look at the feet, you can see at the bottom, this has padded feet, which is very nice. The front foot is the only one adjustable. The back feet are not, and this screws to go up and down. When we look at the Epson, we see that the feet on this, the back feet, are adjustable, so if you have an uneven surface, that's nice. The front foot is much easier to use. You just press a button and it adjusts to whichever height that you want it to be. So it really is very handy for traveling. One more feature that this has that the ViewSonic does not have, and that's an adjustment right here. If you pointed your projector at an odd angle, this will compensate for it. Now, let's take a look at the back, because there are some differences here. When we look at the back, we're going to see they both have inputs. Now, one of the things you'll notice here is the speaker. Here's the speaker on the Epson. The speaker on the ViewSonic is not visible, and I'll say it's very weak. It probably has half the volume that the Epson does at best. One thing it does have, though, is it has outputs for speakers, so you can use an external speaker on this, which you'd really want to do because the output is so low in the speaker, whereas the Epson has no external feature on there. Focal range, too, as we look at this, I mentioned before, the Epson, when you adjust the range, it will project on a 100-inch screen from about 9 feet away. Now, when I put the ViewSonic at the same distance, about 9 feet away, it will only be about 60 to 70% as big. What that means is to put it at a 100-inch screen, I need about 14 feet. So what that means is that this one will have to be farther away than the Epson. So when I look at this, I say this is perfect for traveling. Smaller, more adjustable, sets up easier. On the other hand, the ViewSonic is a great one for a home theater. It's not as adjustable for setups. It is a little larger and heavier. Once you do have it set up, though, you don't need all those adjustments because it stays in place. It does have a little longer range. That can be a plus if you have a large room. I want to mount this one in the ceiling of my house, and so that'll work just about right to be about 14 feet away. Also, it does have the outputs for a sound system, which I really want, and that's going to be a big plus as well. The quality of the picture is probably pretty comparable. I will say the ViewSonic is probably a little bit brighter. So that's a big plus, and it's a very clear picture. Both have fairly quiet fans. I'm going to guess the ViewSonic might be just a little bit quieter. So to sum it up, both very good projectors. As I said, the Epson, a great one for traveling. It has a better adjustments, a better speaker. On the other hand, if you're not going to move it, use it for a home theater, keep it in place, the ViewSonic is a very nice choice.